G'day guys, I'm going to run you through how to use VASSAL. Please excuse the sound quality. I'm having to use the mic from my laptop, so it may not be that good. Basically what I want to do is run you through the basic features of VASSAL, how you go about moving a ship around the board, and then how to build a squad and save it. So hopefully I can cover that in this video with you today. Right, now installing VASSAL and installing the X-Wing module I'm not going to cover. I provide some links underneath for all of that information, so that you can do all of that yourself and then get to this point here. So here's my X-Wing miniatures game. I'm just going to double click on that, and we're going to start by going offline, starting a new game offline. And this is where we want to be when we're building our squads. I'm going to jump in as player 1. And I didn't select a board. So if I didn't select a board, this is what I get. So I'm just actually going to close this game, start a new game as player 1, and this time I'll put the Starfield. Okay, so along the top here, this is your basic interface that you'll get. Several buttons up the top here. Starting over here on the right hand side, we'll start with the X-Wing reference cards. They're your standard reference cards that you know already. How to and shortcuts. This is a really good thing for you guys to look at in your own time. Basically gives you all the different things you can do to speed up how you go about moving things around on VASSAL. Lots of key things here to help you out. But I'm not going to go into too much detail of this stuff. This is for you guys in your own time to work out, because different people have different play styles. Notes I'm not going to worry about. This is just a round tracker if you happen to be playing missions on VASSAL. Now we get into our more important ones here. So here's our dice. So when we want to roll dice, simply right click on the colored dice you need, pick how many dice you want to roll. There it is. So I'll roll another one. There we are. If you want to spend a focus token, there's your focus. You have a focus token, you just click on spend. There it is. If you want to re-roll a die, you just click on the one you want to re-roll and re-roll it. You can use shift to re-roll multiple die. Okay. Next we have our damage deck. The old damage deck, or the current damage deck, is here. The new damage deck that's coming out with the episode 7 core set is this one here. And then they've got the damage decks for the transport, the CR90 and the Raider as well. So basically you click on that and that deck will appear in your hand, which is the next thing. So these next buttons here, these numbers, that's the hand related to the player. So if you're player 1, you would click on that one, and then all of your cards would go in here, and you can zoom it out to make it fit a bit better, or what have you. So if I'm going to spawn my core set episode 7 deck, click on that, and that just pops in here. And then when I need to use it, I just drag off, and I can flip it with a right-click menu if I need to. Next button along, we have pieces. So this is where you can get all of the bits that you need to put your squad together. It's divided into the different tabs. So you've got Rebel and all of the ships that are available to Rebel, including some of the ones that haven't been released yet. So the Ghost, for example, is here. There's not much in the Ghost yet, but they've already put the tab there ready for it once we get some more information about it. Imperial. So there's the Gazanti stuff there as well. All they've got so far is the card. Scum. Now if you end up with a window like this and you can't see the stuff on the side, there's a little thing there and you can just drag it across. Upgrade cards, they're all here in the different things. Now you'll notice, while we're looking here actually, all of the text aside from the title is gone from all of the cards. Now that's a deliberate move. This is basically, and so all the stats and things like that are going to our pilot skill and everything like that. So the idea behind that is, this is FFG's way of saying, look, we'll allow you to use Vassal like this, but you can't have any of that stuff there. So that's why that's not present. So you'd need to make sure you have the cards, or you can get that information, so you know exactly what the pilot skill is, the pilot ability is, and the skills and the different stats. So that's something that you need to have yourself to be able to put that into Vassal. Okay, the other ones up here, all your tokens, asteroids, and bombs. Movement ones, if you need them. You don't really need them, and I'll show you how movement works shortly. Collision aid, so if you collide with another ship, if you're bumping, then these ones can really help you to make sure you that you get the right positioning of your ship at its final bump. And then all your mission tokens if you want to play missions. Okay, so that's all the basic buttons, and there's an undo button here as well. So that's all your basic buttons for your thing, except of course for map, which we'll go from here on to other things. Okay, so here's our map. Now, on top of the map, there are more buttons. So, 6x3 and 3x6, they'd be for your epic games. The main one that we'll be dealing with here, of course, is the 3x3. So if you click on that, it'll bring up this template here, which is really useful for setup. So these edges here, this is your range 1 for deployment. And then this square in the middle is the area that you can deploy asteroids into. So this is range 2. These lines are range 2 from the edges of the boards. So this square is the area that you can place your asteroids. Once everything's been set up, click that again, goes away, play your game. Reset actions for when you end a round. Your reset action step, clear action step, just click on that. And if you're just using little features on the ships, which I'll show you shortly, that'll just reset all of that. This is really useful for, these ones here are really useful for measuring whether something is passing through an obstacle. So you're going closest point to closest point, it'll tell you how far it is and whether or not, and if there's an obstacle on the way, then you'll be able to see for sure if that's happening. And then your zooms. So that's pretty much all your basic features. And if you want to save an image, there it is. Okay, so that's your basic features for your map. Alright, let's put a ship on the board, and I'll show you how some basic movement works. So let's bring out Poe. Let's bring Poe out. So if you're going to bring a ship onto the board, basically you find the ship you want, click it, drag it onto the thing. So actually Poe's a bad idea, because I don't own Poe yet, so his stats are a bit difficult for me to work out off the top of my head. So let's go with a Y-Wing. Y-Wing's easy. Right, let's do a Y-Wing. Okay, so I've dragged my Y-Wing out. Now first thing I want to do is get all my stats right. So we're going to be doing a basic Pilot Skill 2 Y-Wing here. So all you need to do is click on it, right click, and come down to where it says Set Stats. And so if you right click and then click on that, then you can go Increase Pilot Skill. Now if you keep doing that over and over again, it's going to get really annoying. So an easier way to do it, to increase any stats, you hold down Alt, and then there's a letter assigned to each one. Pilot Skill is P, Attack is A, Defense is D, Hull is H, S is Shield. So if I click Alt P, that increases that to 2, and it gives you a nice little zoom as well. If I go Alt A, I can increase my attack. Alt D increases my defense. 5 hull and 3 shields. So there's my Y-Wing ready to go. Okay. Now, moving him around the board is again right clicking. Right clicking will do most of the things you need to do here. So if say you've got your dial and you've chosen this maneuver. So the maneuver you've chosen is a one bank. Right click, template move, left bank. I can't even do simple left and right. So there's my left bank, click on that, and there he goes off to the left. Now you can learn the shortcuts for those as well, but if you can't remember, it's very simple. Just go left click, template move. So I want to do a right turn. There it is, bang, right turn. Okay, and it just moves around the board. If you want to assign actions to it, there's a couple of ways you can do it. You could use the chits, and so say we're doing a focus, you could drag a focus on there like that. That gets a bit cluttered and a bit annoying, so they've actually added another way to do it, which is much easier. Right click, actions, cycle first action. So Shift A is what you really want to do. So if you type Shift A, you'll get a little focus icon there. If I do it again, I'll get an astromech icon, which is a new one. If I do it again, I'll get boost. If I do it again, I'll get elite pilot talent. Okay, and they're the only ones that are available for the wiring. So they're actually being tailored for each individual ship. So on your interceptors or on your TIE fighters, you'll have barrel roll and evade as options as well. If you want to assign stress, again, you can do it with the chits, but again, there's an easier way to do it. If you put Shift S, it actually gives you a little stress icon there. And the cool thing is, if you push Shift S again, it actually adds another stress and just counts it up. If you want to get rid of them, you go Control Shift S, and they decrease back down the other way. And by the way, if you want to add more than one action, it'll tell you there in the shortcuts. So you can go cycle first action Shift A, cycle second action Control A. So if I did focus there, and then if I hit Control A, I can add a second focus or a boost or whatever it is, and then Control Shift A gives you a third option as well. So you can add all the extras as you need to. Same with ion tokens and crit tokens. Shift I will give you an ion token, Shift C will give you a crit token, and as I said, Shift S will give you a stress token. Shift L will put a little target lock thing on there so that you know that you've used the target lock action. But generally, target lock's about the only chit that you really need to use, and you can bring one of them out on there. And what you can do with them is you can set an ID on that, so you can say Y-wing or whatever it is you want to call it, so that you know exactly who belongs to what target lock. Okay, so that's all the basics for movement. If you want to set a dial, setting a dial is really easy. So basically what you do is you've got your dial will generally be in your hand. So when you're ready to make your moves, you bring your dial into your hand, right click, reveal, or Control R, and that when you see that little ship icon like that, that means that the dial is hidden to your opponent. Okay, if that ship icon is there, your opponent cannot see your moves. So once you've done that, then you can select your moves. So right using the period and left using the comma. So if I just go to the period button, gives me all those like that. I cycle through them, find the one I want. Okay, and then I drag it out here, and then when it's my turn to use it, Control R or right click, reveal, and there it is, so he can see what you're doing, and it'll actually give you a thing here telling you what you revealed so that you make sure you get the right move down. Alright, so let's build a squad. So, we're going to build a quick squad here. Do a very basic squad. I'll just do a quick squad that I have memorized because it's one that I like. So we're going to have a fire spray, a scum fire spray. So I'm going to grab a scum fire spray. Now when we build our squads, we actually build them up here on the map, and then and I'll show you how we do everything for saving them in a minute. So there's my fire spray. I'm using Cath, so I'm going to have to grab the Cath card. There it is. It comes out. Of course, I'm going to need a dial. And there it is. And you may want to take the movement cards. I don't particularly use them, but it might be useful when you're playing against an opponent to grab them out of there so that you can see what their moves are likely to be. Okay, so I've got Cath. I'm also going to grab 2 Y-wings, 2 thugs. 1 and 2. Okay. And I'm going to need a dial for both. I could just do one and then copy and paste, but I'm just going to do both like this. I'll just do the one ship for now though, because I will copy and paste that to save some time. So there's my dials as well. So let's add Kath's stats to her thing. So we're going to go Alt P to increase her pilot skill to 7. Alt A gives me 3 attack. Alt D gives me 2 defense. Alt H gives me 6 hull. And Alt S. And then same for the Y-wing. There we go. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy. And that automatically copies and pastes. So now all I do is click and drag. And it just drags across. So now I've got my things here. Now I want to make sure I can identify the 2 different Y-wings. So I'll need to make sure that happens on the dials, the ships, and the cards. So what I can do is I can go right click, set stats. The best one to use is the big tag, Shift N. So I'm going to call this one Thug 1. And I'll Shift N here and call him Thug 2. Same here, Thug 1. So that actually goes down on the text there. And Thug 2. Now with the dials, I'm pretty sure it's Shift N as well. So Thug 1 and Thug 2. And there we go. So that's all of my ships. Now I need my upgrade cards. So we're going to be using twin laser turrets for my Y-wings. And they're going to have some salvage astromechs, going to have some unhinged droids. Now when you're putting these cards out, it's ideal to sort of leave it so that you can at least see the titles all the time. The pictures are going to matter, but make sure that the titles don't sort of overlap on the cards, because sometimes when you copy and paste or move them, the order of the cards changes and you can end up not being able to see certain things. So the easiest way is just to make sure that all the titles can be seen. And I need Kath's. So Kath's going to have a gunner. Where am I going to go? A gunner, elite pilot talent of Predator, and she's also going to have an engine upgrade. Okay. And hey, I've got a point left. Let's put in some inertial dampeners as well, just for fun. So there's my squad. Okay. Ideally, it's probably a good idea to get your target lock sorted this time too, which I'm going to do here. So Kath, Thug 1, and I'm just going to copy that one and change its title to Thug 2. Okay, and that's my basic squad with all the basic things that I need to operate. Okay, so how do I save it? Now, it seems a bit of a strange way of doing it, but this is the best way for you to save. So you come over to File, you click on Begin Log File. Find out, you may have an area that you save them in, so I'm going to save mine here. I'm going to call this VASSAL Tute Squad, and I'm going to click on Save. Now in the comments you might want to put how many points it is, so this one's 100 points. Click OK. Now what you want to do is highlight the whole squad. So select all of it. Right click, delete. So it's gone. Okay? Come up to the undo button, click undo last move. It comes back. Then you go to end log file. Okay? And that's it. Now your squad's been saved. So if you're starting a new game now, which I'll do right now, so we'll close this game, start a new game. I'll be player 1. Going to go on the light star field. It doesn't matter what board we go on. There's some really cool options if you've downloaded the map pack. So here's our map. I go to File, Load Continuation, Vassal Tute Squad, and now it's loaded. But nothing's come up. It's told me it's loaded. There it is. It's 100 points, but nothing's here. If you click on this button here, the step forward through log file, click it once, click it a second time, and there's your squad. You want to start a new log file, you can, but there it is. So, and there's your squad. Now the squad's on the board, which is not where you want it, so you open up your player one hand. You may need to zoom it out, select everything, click it, and drag it in, and there it is, ready to go. So then you can chuck on your grid, put your asteroids in, deploy your squad, get your dials going, and away you go. So that's just covering all the basics, guys. Hopefully that's useful to you, and that you're able to use that as a stepping stone towards using Vassal more confidently. It is a really great program. It's a really great way to play players across the world. I highly recommend it. Any questions or comments, please leave them either in the YouTube comments or wherever else you may be talking to me. And I hope you found this little tutorial useful. Thanks very much, guys. Happy flying.